Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. And we're gonna talk about job hopping today. I just love job hopping. It's so much fun to hop from job to job. This is funny. I think a lot of people worry about this a little bit too much because it's really not that important today. It used to be important like 40 years ago, but not so much anymore. But let me get into it here. So Zach says, I always dreamed of moving out the West Coast to pursue a career as a software engineer at a larger, well-known technology company, i.e. Microsoft or Amazon, for example. Will leaving my current job after 1 year hurt my ability to get a good job at a tech company out on the West Coast in California or Washington? Sounds like a pioneer gonna get on a wagon trail and the Oregon Trail here. Watch out for dysentery. I've built my development career through job hopping in roughly 1 year intervals, and I've gained much more experience compensation than I ever could have gained by staying 2+ years. I wouldn't worry too much about job hopping nowadays. Now, okay, if you have 15 years of experience and it's comprised of 15 different companies that you worked at, that's going to be a problem, right? Because that's going to stick out like a red flag. When someone looks at your resume, they're going to be like, how long are you planning on staying at this company, son? And is that your wagon out there? But you know, they're gonna not like that, right? Because they're gonna know that you're gonna be there a year. But if you've got like, you know, a couple of jobs where you're there for a year, and you're some jobs where you're there for 2 years or 3 years, that's cool. That's fine. It's not going to be a problem. It really is not a big worry. Like I said, you know, 40 years ago, people used to be a company man and they'd work for a company and for their whole life, and that's how it was supposed to be. But that's not the case today, right? Today, more people job hop. You know, to be at a job for a year or two is not unheard of. I would definitely try to have at least some longer stints, right? I would not, like I said, have 15 years of experience split across 15 jobs. That's going to hurt. That will honestly hurt you, just because someone is going to draw a conclusion about that, right? But if they see that you've been at one place for a year and you're at another place for 2 years, they're not going to care. It's not going to be a big deal. I mean, some companies will care. Some companies will care. But as long as you explain that away, and what you told me makes a lot of sense, right? You just have to frame things right. You got to get good at framing things, right? So you can take it's in media they call it spinning. I'll call it framing here because spinning is a bad connotation. I'm framing spinning as framing. There, how do you like that? But anyway, what I mean by this is that when you go to the job interview and they say, I see you were at this job and this one, you were there for 1 year and now you want to work at Microsoft. What you do is you say, look, hey, here's the thing. I wanted to gain as much experience as possible early on in my career and to develop my skills as much as possible. I could have stayed at a job, sure, for 5 years. But you know what? In going to like these 3 different companies and staying for a year here, I learned a ton of stuff. I worked with these different technologies. I worked with a small company, with a medium company, with a large company, right? Frame this all up good and say, look, and now I'm ready to commit for a longer term. My dream has always been to work at Microsoft or whatever it is, right? And I gained all this experience. I increased my compensation. I advanced my career way faster. I got 10 years of experience in 3 years by doing things this way. And now I'm ready to commit to a bigger long-term thing. Now I have a bigger vision. Now I want to work on a big project with a big team and have something that I can stand and look at 5 years from now and say, I built that with my team, right? And that's how you frame it. Then it all becomes a positive instead of a negative, just kind of how you told me here. So that's what I would recommend. I think that you can't go wrong doing it that way. And yeah, don't worry so much. Don't fret about it so much. It's everything, it's all about framing. Something that could seem really bad, you can make it really good if you frame it correctly. And it was really good in this case. And what you did, I recommend. I think that you're going to advance your career a lot faster by earlier in your career doing a lot of job hopping. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like me saying that, but I think that does make a lot of a difference because you're going to increase your salary much faster and you're going to gain more experience faster. That's just how it works. So, all right, if you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't hop YouTube channels. Stick to this one. Just click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.